Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. This is the album that we're currently working on. This is the Lavender Frost Wanderlust. This is the large mini album. And this is the paper collection that we're using. This is the Prima Lavender Frost. And as usual, the links to the printable templates will be down below. It's a link to my Etsy shop. And there is also a link down below to the playlist for this specific mini album if you want to start from the beginning and work your way through. The first video in that is the introduction to the Wanderlust. So if you've already seen that, you can skip that and start with the covers. And then it'll go to this point. Eventually it'll be the entire series. But this was the last video that we did. This fun little vellum pocket right here with the flip out. So I love the way this turned out. I really, really love the look of this. So what we're going to do now is we've got the main base layer 1 in here. We've already attached that into the book, right? But we printed both main base layer 1. Let me show you. This is the one we've already got in the book. So we've already printed this one out and we printed main base layer 2 out in the very beginning. We're going to go ahead and be working with this main base layer 2. So that's this piece right here. Again, we printed this out early on in the series here. So we're going to go ahead and start working on this. I don't know if I'm going to add it into the book yet today, but my thought is this is going to be the middle of the album. So my thought is we'll duplicate what is on, you know, one side. No, not duplicate. Yeah, duplicate, but kind of like mirror it. It'll be a mirror image. So the same thing will happen on both sides, except it'll be opposite. Does that make sense? I think it does. So the only thing I think we're going to need today is, well, I'm not sure, but I printed off, so far, this is as far as I've planned. I have printed off page number 10, which is actually the covers for the Traveler's Notebook. So the Wanderlust, if you guys remember, is designed to be like a hybrid. It could be a Traveler's Notebook, it could be a mini album, and it could be a combination of the two. Well, that is why I have a specific page that is for the covers for an insert for a Traveler's Notebook. However, we are going to use this in our mini album that we are creating currently, but not as covers, not as insert covers. So what I did was I printed that off twice. So I picked I picked a pattern out of the pattern paper and I took 2 sheets of that. I will show you how I cut this down because you guys seem to appreciate me showing you what exactly I cut off of the patterned paper. So let me move this out of the way. Okay, let me move that out of the way. So these are identical. These are the exact same pages, but if you'll notice, they're printed exactly the opposite. So, but the orientation of the pattern paper is the same way. So, let me show you what I did. Both pieces, I cut the bottom off on both of the 12 by 12s. I cut the bottom of the paper off. I might have to, no, this way. Just like this. And then, oh, where's the other piece? And then for one of them, was it this one? Yeah, I think that's right. So I first cut off the large piece, and then I cut off the small piece. So the small piece is cut off the left-hand side of this piece, and on this piece, the small piece is cut off of the right-hand side. So when I ran it through my printer, I printed one with it going this way, and then I printed the other with it going this way. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making any sense. So I've just printed it backwards. So you're going to have to play around with, you're going to have to know which way your printer prints. So like when you go to your PDF and you select page number 10 and you print it off, you need to know, like, if it's sucking in this piece of paper and this is the, you know, this is the up down, right? And you want it to print this way, and then you put your paper in your printer this way, but when it comes out everything is backwards or upside down. You need to know which way it's going to print onto your paper. So I would do like a test print. I would take a piece of one of your pages that you were going to throw out or toss in the garbage and mark it, or if it's already printed, you already know which way's up and which way's down, and stick it in your printer and see which way it comes out. So that way you'll know, well, this is going to print upside down, so I need to flip this around, or so on and so forth. So just play with your printer a little bit, because everybody's is different. Even mine, I don't know what happened, but mine printed one way for a long time, and then all of a sudden it started printing another way. I don't know if it got an update and it changed some things, but that did happen. So sometimes you gotta double check your printer. Okay, so I've got these two pieces, and then I'm gonna put these up for now real quick. I'm gonna put them in my Scrapper Keeper sleeve. I've got a video for how I made my Scrapper Keeper. I'll link that down below. I also have a video on my workbook. Oops, I forgot the two big pieces. How to make the workbook that you saw earlier. I didn't make that specific one, but I did make one just like it. I'll have that link down below. Anytime I mention a video, I'll link it down below as best I can, even if it's not mine. Anytime I mention products, I'll link that down below. Okay, now I'm going to get my paper trimmer out, and I'm going to cut both of these pieces out. I'm going to cut them both out the same. I'm just going to trim around all four sides of each one of these pieces. Okay, I have both pieces cut out. This is a Fiskars Precision paper trimmer, or a Fiskars, however you want to say it. I've been getting asked again. This comes up every once in a while. I've been getting asked again, how come I tell you what I'm using every time in every video? I mean, I repeat myself constantly. Why do I do that? Why do I put links in the description box? Why do I take the time to do all that? Why do I keep saying it over and over and over again? Well, it's just a simple fact of I get asked these same questions every day. And when I don't tell you that this is an EK Tools scoreboard, I get asked that question even more times every day. So, like, if I didn't tell you guys what these things were, then I would be spending all day, you know, telling you what they are, telling you where you can find them, all of that jazz. So I tried to make it as easy as possible for you guys to know what I'm using, and to be able to find what I'm using if you're interested in checking it out. So I spend the time to add all those links down in the description box for you guys, for your convenience. And when possible, I do use affiliate links, because every little bit helps keep my channel going. So if you was to purchase through one of my affiliate links, you know, I get an extra you know, couple cents from your purchase because you went through my link. It doesn't cost you anything to do that, and if you were going to buy it anyway, well, then it just helps me out. So I try to use affiliate links when at all possible, and it's no big deal. And if you don't want to go through that link, that again is no big deal. It's just I try to do that for your convenience. I also like to be able to let you see, you know, okay, well, this is how much this costs, or you can find this here, here, and here, give you options and that kind of thing. So I tell you guys what I'm using over and over and over again, so that you know, what it is. I get new people all the time, so I'm trying to save myself some time and give you guys all the information I possibly can, without you even having to ask the question. You know, I'm trying to answer your question before you ask it. Does that make sense? So I hope it doesn't bother you, but it does come up from time to time. People get annoyed by it, and I understand. But I think it's kind of one of those necessary things that I have to do in order to keep myself sane and keep myself from having to spend, you know, 75% of my day answering those kind of questions when I could be creating and making videos and designing what I'm going to do next. Do you know? So it's just basically as simple as that. So I wanted you guys to know, I just tell you in the video and move on. It's almost like second nature to me now. This is the Teflon bone folder. It's just, I think it helps you guys. I think it helps me. So I do apologize if it's not something that you guys care for. But anyway, so that's why I do it. So I thought I would address that again real quick. So here's my thoughts. And I'm thinking, I haven't completely thought this through yet. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about attaching this down to this part of the page here. Like that. Right? And having this be a pocket right here. And then having these be like a fold out, flip out type situation. So we've got that pocket there. So then it would fold out like this and it would open like that. If that makes any sense. So this is what I'm thinking. So then I was thinking of mimicking that or mirroring that on the other side. Same thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So it would look like this when it's closed. And then we would open it up like this. Okay? So there's kind of like the basic idea of what I'm thinking. I'm going to take my ink. This is Distress Oxide Walnut Stain. That is what I'm using. Again, me telling you what I'm using. And a blending tool, and I'm going to go through here and ink my edges just a little bit so that there's no white paper core showing on the edge. I just think it gives like a more finished look. So I'm going to do this to both pieces, and then on this back side, oh, I'm going to go ahead and hit this too. So sometimes when you score, when you print onto pattern paper, and then you score those distress marks, sometimes the ink kind of not separates. I'm not really even sure how to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about if you're following along with me. Okay. Okay, so then I'm gonna sidetrack. So then I'm gonna go on this side and I'm gonna ink all the edges, including these two folds. So I'm gonna do that to both pieces, and then I will be back. All right, both of these are inked up, and I think I'm gonna add some of that trim that we've been using. This is, I don't even know what type of trim this is. I'm sure there's like a seamstress out there that knows, like, this is like an eyelet type trim. I don't know. I just don't know. I found this at like a what do they call it? Like a I am so discombobulated right now, you guys. I found this like at a flea market type situation. Yeah, I just am so, I mean, I'm not even kidding. I am so discombobulated. I can't find my words. I'm struggling. You know, it's tax time. Not only do I have to do my own taxes, I have to do my mom's taxes. Oh, that reminds me too. But wait a minute, let me, see, I'm just like, it's just like I'm all over the place. So I was thinking about putting a trim on the edge of this pocket here, just because, just to make it pretty, really. I just want it to be pretty. So before I attach these pockets down, I want to attach this trim down. So I'm also going to color this trim just like we did here for this little piece there that we colored. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. First, I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to cut two pieces that are the same length, and then I can ramble on, or darn near close to the same length. Then I can ramble on with my ramblingness, and tell you guys what's been going on. Again, so discombobulated. I feel like I haven't recorded in well over a week. Life's just been kicking my tushy lately. Okay, let me move those out of the way. Okay, this is a tonic craft sheet. Dirty one at that. Looks like I got some glue here, but that's okay. So what we used last time was the Distress Ink Dusty Concord. And first I'm gonna ink the trim, and then I'm gonna spray it and put some ink onto the craft mat and go from there. So anyways, so I've been really discombobulated, like I said, and there's just so much going on. My son's doing, you know, all this stuff. He is a junior in high school. He had his junior prom, you know, and they got their ring ceremony. He was in a school play. I mean, there's just been so much stuff going on, and, you know, going through my mom's stuff, going through my stuff. It's amazing how when you go through someone else's life, I'm going to go ahead and do both sides. I don't know which side I'm going to use. So just in case, I'm going to ink both. And that reminded me that I have all kinds of stuff that you guys have sent me. And I would like to show you guys some of it, or even all of it, if you are interested. Some of them I am going to show you because they're beautiful, like books that people have made. But people have sent me a lot of stuff over the past, I don't know, even 6 months. Oh, and I found all this stuff that people, oh wait a minute, I still need, see what I'm talking about? It's like my brain's just not working. I'm going to squish some of this ink onto this craft mat. I found some of these stuff that, well, all of the stuff that you guys gave me at MadaCon from September that I want to show you because some of it's really cool, like vintage papers and things. Yeah, so I'm wondering, are you guys even interested? I'm just spraying them. This is just regular old water. I was going to say plain O. I don't know. Plain O, regular O. If you guys would be interested in me doing like a Happy Mail video or a couple of those videos showing you all the different things that people have sent me and that I got from MadaCon, I think that you guys might like some of the stuff. So let me know. Leave me a comment down below if you want to see all that stuff. If you want me to record that. Alright, let me get my blow dryer. My blow dryer. Gosh. See? This is not a blow dryer. I guess it could be. This is a Ranger heated craft tool. That's what it says, craft tool. So I'm going to dry this. Oh, you know what? Before I dry it all the way, let me move it out of the way. And I'm going to I grabbed another piece of paper. I don't have a cutoff, so I just grabbed another sheet. This is the paper I've been printing on. This is not regular copy paper. This is like 32-pound like presentation paper, I think. So I just grabbed me a sheet, and I'm going to sop up, or try to sop up, all that extra ink because I really liked the way it looked when we did it the last time. So I used it. Remember, I used some of it. I'm going to lay this on here. Oh, look at all that ink. Get some of that ink. I just don't want to waste it because we might use it because we used it on our little Polaroids, remember? Okay, so now I'm going to dry this up with my heat tool. Okay, I've got them dry. But I also wanted to point out, I forgot to tell you guys, in the Build Embellishment Set 1, there is a strip of the same eyelet trim right here. And if you don't have this eyelet trim, you can just print those off and ink it up with the same purple. You could probably even get it wet. Let's see what it looks. That's what this is. This is, I didn't even trim it very well, but that's what this is. Can you see? And then I just inked it up with the purple. So this is Build Embellishment Set 1. That's why I have it in the list of things that we're using, because if you don't have this trim, you can just use this. So let me show you. I'm going to spray it. And see if we can get it to look cool. Like we did this. I think this looks really cool. But when you spray Distress ink, it does take on a whole different, you know, it just looks way cooler in my opinion. So these are printed, I'm pretty sure. I got this out of my Build Embellishment binder. But I'm pretty sure these are printed onto 110-pound white cardstock. So see, you can also use the paper version, the printed version. Also, if you didn't want to add the little bit of extra bulk that the actual trim's gonna cause, then you can just use this paper version. And I think it'll have just as pretty of an effect. Also, if you have a paper punch, like a border punch like this, you could use this. Let me show you. I was experimenting before we even started the series because I wanted to find a punch that I thought would look good with this. So what I did was I experimented with different widths of paper and cut it out on both sides. So I punched the border punch out on both sides. So if you didn't want to use trim and you wanted to use one of your border punches, like for example, I started off with an 1.5 inch strip of white cardstock right there, and then I just punched it on both sides. See that? And so you could use that instead of actual fabric trim. So that's another idea. You could color that with your ink and do the exact same thing, just like that, which is kind of cool. Don't you think that's kind of cool? I think it's kind of cool. Ooh, you know what might be kind of cool? Let's see. So this piece here is 1.75 inches. I was wondering if I should do... No, I better not. I'm trying, this is going to be folded over top of, so I need to kind of keep the bulk down. But anyway, so that was just an idea. So try a different width. Like this one here was 1.25 inch strip of white cardstock. And I punched it on both sides, and that was the smallest piece I could go for this particular punch. This is a Martha Stewart floral lace punch is what it's called. So 1.25 inches, it'll look like this. And then 1.5 inches looks like this, and then there is 1 3/4 inches. So again, another idea if you don't have that trim. I meant to mention that earlier on in the video series and I forgot. So let me stick that back in there just so I remember. And then I'll stick this in there now since I've used it, because we might get to, you know, we might be able to use that for something. I'll move this really cool. Look at just from sopping up the extra ink. Look at that pretty cool pattern, right? Okay, so I'm going to move that to the side and put this back up. Okay, so I was going to put this here like that. Let me move these out of the way and grab my sewing machine. And I'm not going to change the view. I'm going to grab a tissue though. I noticed when I was editing a video the other day that there's all kinds of paper dust, and this is sitting next to me on the floor, so that makes perfect sense that there might be dust. So let's see here. Nope, wrong piece. Nope, right piece. I'm trying to tighten that back up. There we go. So anyway, it just looked kind of crappy. So I don't know if I helped myself out there or not. Okay. And just so you guys know, this sewing machine is a Singer, and it is linked in my Amazon list. I get asked about the sewing machine all the time now because I've been using it in the videos. So if you... So if you're interested in my sewing machine, the exact one is linked in my Amazon list, and that's down below. And it's also called the floral, not the floral, it's called the Lavender Frost list. It's linked down below. So everything I use in this video series is linked in that list, or equal to, or equivalent of, or whatever. I think I'm gonna turn my machine on. That's probably the good thing to do first. And I'm gonna do a zigzag down it, and it's just got cream colored or like a natural color thread in the machine. So I'm gonna change it to the zigzag stitch. And oh, that's as far as I go. Okay, all right. And I'm gonna sew this down to the peepa. I'm going to try to be as straight as possible. And I'm going to take my time. Whoa. Every time I say I'm going to take my time, the sewing machine speeds up. Yeah, the sewing machine does it. Might put more pressure on the thingy, the foot part. Whoa. Hold, please. There we go. I think I might have gotten a little crooked, but that's okay. Right? So can you see? You can see. Pretty sure you can. So I just did a really big zigzag stitch all the way down. So I'm going to do the same thing to this one. And then I'll be back. Okay, so now they're both sewn. I didn't get it on there perfectly straight, both of them. But that's okay. I kind of like it. I could have glued it down first if I really wanted it to be perfect. But I like it just the way it is. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this string off here. And I think I'm going to be needing a magnet. I'm going to need, like, okay, so this is going to be attached down here. It's going to be a pocket, right? So it's going to be a pocket right here. So then it's going to go like this. Right? So I'm thinking I'm going to need a magnet on this side and this side, because I don't want it flopping around, right? So I'm going to hide one of the magnets on the back side of these pockets. Okay, I think I am going to wait. I'm going to sew them onto the page first. Whoa, there we go. So I'm going to move the magnets and the washers out of the way. Oh, I can't even pick them things up. And I'm going to get my sewing machine back out. I haven't quite decided exactly how I'm going to do this yet. Oh, you know what I could do? First I'm going to take some glue. I'm going to barely attach it down to the page itself. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is art glitter glue with a little fine metal tip. And I think I am. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to run glue on 3 sides. The top, the bottom, and the side that has not got the trim on it. Just running a teeny little bit. If you didn't want to sew, you wouldn't have to. Just use more glue than what I'm using, because I don't think it would hold with just that small amount of glue. So I'm going to try to line this up. Oh, she's crooked. As best I can. I don't really want to go over that score, because I want to give it that little bit of extra space so that it'll fold properly. Okay, let me take this, my bone folder, and really burnish that. Right, so now you're kind of getting the idea of what we're doing here. We got a pocket here, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So again, top, bottom. And then along this edge here, just using just a little bitty bit of glue. Okay, so I'm going to line this up best I can. Then I'm going to flip it over, because that was easier to see. Like that. Okay. So now we get a better idea of what we got going on. So you can see, because there's just a tiny little space there, and then this whole piece here is going to be going here. So I needed to kind of keep it a little bit less bulky, because that's not very much space. But we are going to add pockets and inserts and things. But that's kind of the direction we're going. So now I need to get my sewing machine back out. And I do want to go ahead and sew those pieces down. And this time I'm just going to use a straight stitch, but I am going to change the length of the stitch to something longer. So I think I've picked, what, 4.8? That might be as far as mine will go. So I am going to start by start at the top of this pocket. I'm going to try to go as close to the edge as possible, which is going to be really hard to do. And I'm going to sew it down. Whoop. Let me go backwards a step. I went just a little too far. Let's see how bad it was. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to scoot it over just a hair because I went just a little too far. Which is fine. It's no big deal. And I'm going to go ahead and back it up a stitch. Okay. You guys won't have this problem. I have a tripod kind of in my way. So, there we go. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it and go up the bottom part of this pocket here. Tell you what, when you're trying to sew so precisely, it's tough. Yeah, because I messed up. I don't think anybody would ever notice it, nor do I think it matters, but see that bottom sloppy corner there, right there? It's okay though. I'm totally fine with it. And see back here on the, when I did this part right here, you see how it's kind of, it went past the score. I don't know how well you're going to be able to tell, but that is okay. So that pocket is secure on there. So I'm going to do the same thing to this side. And then I'll be back. Alrighty. Both pockets are sewn on very sloppily. Pocket here, pocket here. Right? So it's looking like this. So looking good. Let me go ahead. I'm going to just give everything a good burnish. Just cause. So we haven't added too much bulk with that lace trim. Because I was thinking about adding more stuff, but I'm glad I didn't. Because I think it would add too much more bulk. But yeah. Okay. Pocket, pocket. And then we wanted to add some magnets. That's what we were going to do. So I'm going to take this. I could actually put it on. I'm just not sure. Hold on, hold on. I don't guess we need to add the magnets right now, because I haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to be putting on here yet. So maybe we'll wait, because I might have to scoop this down a little bit, depending on what we got going on back here. Let's wait on the magnets till we know what pockets we're going to be putting where. Okay, I think I have an idea for these two front pieces here, I think. So I grabbed one of the large cutoff pieces from this page where we cut these two down. I just grabbed one of them, and I was thinking about making two bottom pockets here. So I'm going to get my templates out here. And I'm going to go to page 4, and I'm going to grab the main base layer 3, this piece right here. This is the, you know, a traceable template that I cut the tabs off of. And so I think what I'll do, I'm going to glue it straight down on the bottom because the tags and things aren't going to be a full page. So, alright, so I'm going to take this as page 4 from the large, and I'm just going to lay it on here. And I'm going to scoot over about half an inch-ish. It's not quite half an inch, but I'm going to scoot over. And I'm going to draw a line on this side. And I'm going to draw a line on that side. And then before I move this, I'm just going to mark a little bit more, almost a half an inch on this side. Right? And then I'm going to scooch over again from that last mark that I just made. About a half an inch, a little less than a half an inch. And I'm going to make another line here, another line there, and then again with my ruler, one more line. So basically I just made two pockets. Let me get my paper trimmer. I'm going to cut this piece off. Then I'm going to cut these two in half. Like that. I'm going to put this in my paper tray of scraps. Then I'm going to grab my scoreboard and my stylus, and I'm just going to score where these lines are that I just made with my pencil. Then I'm going to notch these corners, these tabs here, from where I scored to the edge of the paper. That way the tabs aren't seen. Okay, and then let's go ahead and prep these. I'm going to fold them and burnish them. Alright, so if I glue them down here, and I glue that down at the bottom. Okay, so I need to ink these edges, but then I want to add some lace and things. So let me ink first, and then we'll grab the fabric and lace, or whatever I end up using. Alright, I'm going to ink both of these up real quick. Alright, so I've got both of these inked up, so they're going to go like this. Right? So I wanted to put some lace trims. So I've got this eyelet trim stuff. So I thought this would be pretty. And then, whoops. And then this one, this pretty flower trim, I am almost 100% certain I got this at Hobby Lobby. Almost 100% certain. Sure, Jen, put a focus. There we go. Whoop. So I'm almost certain that I got this one at Hobby Lobby. But then I thought maybe we could do that. But then I also thought I wanted to add some book page to this. So I'm going to grab a piece of book page. I don't think this one has anything naughty on it. And I was trying to decide. I wanted to do like a torn edge, and then I also wanted to use that punch. So let me move that for a second. move this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take this page and I'm just going to put my ruler, maybe I'll put my big side of my ruler down. Let's go up here. What the heck? And I'm just going to tear it like that, because I want it like this to be like in between. Like this. But then maybe I should do like a punched edge on this side, just to give it a little something. So let's just try it. I'm just going to try it, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just going to cut off about probably, let's do 1.5 inches. Right, I can always change my mind. And then we get this punch. So I'm going to try to start in the middle, just because I can, I guess. And punch all the way down that way. And bring it back over on this side. I can't get my head over top. Punch. Punch. So then it would be like, let's just try to do one here. It would look kind of like this. And then this being on here somewhere. I kind of like it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. First of all, I'm going to ink this piece up here. Get my craft mat back out. And I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to ink this side up. Gotta be careful. This little border punch is kind of delicate on some areas. So I'm going to trim this apart right in the middle. Oops, wrong way. So I think I just need to cut just a little bit off. So I'm gonna just cut a tiny bit. Perfect. And then I'm gonna hold this one up and cut a tiny bit off this one as well. Oh, that one. I guess I didn't cut it perfectly in the center because this one's perfect. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to ink these edges. So the next question is, do I sew this? Of course I sew this. I have to sew this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and measure this. And cut that. Okay. So, I think we're going to have a layer of this, like that. And then the book page. And then the pretty flower trim. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Fabri-Tac. This is Fabri-Tac by Beacon. And I'm going to run a little bit of glue right along this edge here. And I'm going to tack this down. I'm still going to run it through my sewing machine, I believe. So I just need to decide where I want it to be placed. And then I'm going to put some glue right in the middle of this piece here. And hopefully this won't gump up my sewing machine too bad. Place that there. And then this piece, I'm going to try to find the back, and I'm going to just place some dots, or I'm going to try to place some dots on it. I don't even know if this part, I don't guess I have to run it through my sewing machine, to be honest, because you're not going to see one side. So maybe we won't do it. We won't run it through the sewing machine. So then this part can go. Right? So I got that. And then it'll be attached down to here. Do we like? We don't even have to run it through the sewing machine because of that flower trim. That looks so pretty. I like that. Okay, let's do the same thing to this one. We better keep this one close so we know exactly where everything is going to be placed. I'm going to run some glue right here. And then we're going to place this down. The great thing about this Fabri-Tac is you have plenty of time to move things around, pull things back, or whatever you need to do. You have plenty of time for that. And then I'll set this on here. Since they're going to be side by side, I want to make sure that I got them even. Oh, that book page is down pretty far. Let's pull that up. Okay, and then the last thing is to add this little piece here. Whew. This is very delicate work. I can't talk when I'm doing this. Make sure I've got these equal. Pretty close. Looks like that one's going downhill a little bit. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and put some tape on here and then attach them down to the page. And I've got some 1/4 of an inch double-sided adhesive. Uh-oh. It's got something on it. This one is scrapbook.com. 1/4 of an inch. Oh, I need to put it on both tabs. Oh. I did see that they have more sizes. or widths, I guess is a better way to say it. Now they have a 1 inch and a 2 inch, I believe. So they have an 1/8 of an inch, a 1/4 of an inch, a 1 inch, a 2 inch, a 6 inch. You know, they have the sheets, that kind of stuff. So they just need to get like a 1/2 inch or a 3/8 of an inch score tape. I mean a 3/8 of an inch double-sided adhesive, because I like that size too. So that's scrapbook.com tape, but you can also use score tape. I have the score tape linked in my Amazon, and I'll have the scrapbook.com tape linked down below. Okay, so now I'm so excited. I'm gonna add these turned out way cuter than I thought they were going to. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna use some glue as well. I'm gonna use the art glitter glue as well, because I need to tack that bottom down, and I'm gonna reinforce these tabs with it, just to, you know, double do. Alright, so I'm gonna put some along this bottom edge here. You could, if you wanted to, you could use the Fabri-Tac to do that as well. Whichever glue you want to use. These are just my favorites. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to that. And then I'm going to line it up to the bottom and the sides. Come on. And we're going to attach this cute little pocket down. So, you know, using your, tracing your templates onto your cutoff pieces is also a really great way to use your cutoff pieces. Or you could use your cutoff pieces as tags and things like that as well. But I don't know, I just thought it was kind of cute to use the bottom of this page, the actual scrapbook page, as a cute little pocket. Isn't that cute? I just think it's adorable. Okay, let's do the other one. Alright, we're going to have to let that dry before I try to insert anything into it, but I don't know what kind of insert I'm going to use yet. So we might have to save that for another video. Oh goodness. Alright. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so same thing. Go and line it up. Oh my gosh. So cute. So there's what we got. Oh my gosh. You can't see it all. Maybe you can. I don't know. But it opens up pretty far. Yeah, that's not going to be too bad. I mean, I know there's going to be more thickness added to it for the tags and the magnets and the pockets and things, but I don't think that's too terrible. It won't be too bulky. I like it. I like it. Okay, so let me show you. There's an actual pocket there. So you believe me. Let me find something that you can see against it. Okay, so there's a pocket and there's a pocket, right? And so when we open it up, there's a pocket, there's a pocket. So I think we will save some, I don't know. I'm going to think about what we're going to do with the rest of the pieces, the rest of the sides. Like, we might not do anything here. We might leave it and we might not. I don't know. And insert some things. I'm going to do that. We're going to stop the video here, and then we'll come back and do more on this page. I just love the way this has turned out. Alright, so we're going to stop here for now. I really think it turned out super cute. So give me a thumbs up if you liked the way this turned out. Do let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do let me know if you want to see all of the Happy Mail and the Maidacon stuff from last September that people gave me at Maidacon. I've been meaning to show you guys that. Life has just gotten completely in the way of a lot of things, and it's really been kicking my butt lately. So I am trying to get as much done as I can. I'm falling behind a little bit, but you guys understand, and I totally appreciate, I just totally love the way that looks. I totally appreciate all of your all's patience with me. So anyway, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And here's a link to my Etsy shop. But if you're going to purchase through my Etsy shop, the templates and whatnot, make sure you're logged into your account. And then there should be some other videos here that you might enjoy watching. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.